Hello. Well, one of the issues that you're going to run into is that obviously we're going over UV space. We've got a separate asset. We've got an arm, we've got a chest, we've got a head, we've got legs. And so we have this area where we can't actually straddle the divide. Now, we're going to duplicate this. And then we're going to move it to the chest. Then we are going to duplicate this, and we're going to move it to the head. And it's not going to line up straight off the bat. It's going to appear wherever it appears, and it's at the top of the skull. It looks like. So we take that, and actually I kind of like that at the top of the skull. Though that's kind of weird because what's happening is it's moving from this seam to that, which we don't want. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to change the scale and I'm going to offset it. This can be kind of a bit tricky. There we go. Now, you have to make a determination here because you're going over 3 different texture groups, and that's why I've done this, because there's no point of shying away from this and saying, oh well, you know, everything's wonderful and everything's perfect, because it's not. We need to get this working. So, and I have got it working. It's a bit of a trial and error kind of thing, but you do get these working nicely. You can manually pump the numbers in, but it's not always to your benefit. That's starting to work okay there. I kind of like that. And the other thing is, it's like, how much are you looking for it? I don't really see that too much, a tiny bit here. But the fact is, we're going to layer something else over the top of it. So that's going to break it up. So I'm going to go back to, I think it's the head now. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to rotate it. The scale is slightly off. That's starting to work for us. So that's how I'd approach that kind of issue when you have a seam. Is it just requires a little bit of work to work through, and I would spend more time on it, but I do get them looking pretty good, if I say so. Yeah, you know, it's not too much of an issue. So let's keep moving forward. So we're on the head now, and I'm just going to add a wound. This is looking a bit more like a fresh kind of zombie, like a nuclear fallout or something. Cool. I mean, it's kind of working straight out of the box, but you know, increase or decrease the scale. Beverly, you know, it depends what you want. Span the barrel. The stroke blur, the stroke soften, which gives you a different effect. Almost looks like he's perhaps had a little run-in with someone's trying to get him with a shotgun. But again, you know, I could go in here and change the effect to kind of bring him on a par with the colour here, the rest of the character. Expansion on that, which I like. I like it as is. In fact, the normal, I suppose, I'm not really very fond of that for this particular effect, though. The thing that, like I said, the thing I like about this is that, you know, it's not cast in stone. I like that as is. Very rarely put something up to 100%, but that's up to you. We can multiply it, get a different effect, overlay it, soft light. I'm kind of liking that. tend to like the darker stuff, I have to say, with this kind of asset. That's looking nice. Let's duplicate that. Let's move it off to the opposite side of the face. So let's go for X. Let's go for, we don't want symmetry. If you wanted for some bizarre reason to have this symmetrical, you could invert the scale, but then you'd kind of have to adjust it, then invert the scale. What it means, actually type a negative number in, flip the asset, but which I think is in the width or the height. I don't want that. I never want that. I wouldn't know why you wanted that, but you might. Symmetry is not our friend when we're doing organic prosthetic style stuff. You really don't want symmetry. So let's go and get the bevel a little bit. Metallic can make it look even darker. Bevel expansion. That's actually creating quite a nice effect. I like that. And let's go and move that. Rotate it. Let's move it. Okay, let's get something big and beefy in here. Whoa. Okay. So let's. I think I'm gonna put this on the neck. Yeah. And I'm going to put on this side. Where's rotation? Here we go. So the width of the scale down, and I need to. That's what I'm after. I need to move this up. Like, as I was saying, I like things creeping around the sides of a face. You see, I see a lot of characters, and they just make the entire center of the face into a bloody mess and just put stuff everywhere, and that doesn't really make it read for me. I don't like it, and I don't like to see it, but hey, it's up to you. Oh yes, that's it. Okay, so there's another one, and then we can duplicate. Oh, that looks really nasty. I might leave that as duplicated again. Duplicate. Oh, duplicate. I'm going to move it to the body. Move to body. Yeah. It's a nice place to put it, but it's not going to really read there. So let's put it somewhere where it's going to count. Yeah, temptation is always to make things sort of really, really big. It's not always the best idea. I mean, yes, you can do that, and you might want that, but again, let's go for I'm gonna kind of make this. I mean, I keep teasing things around the sort of sides, in which case I'm going to make them kind of bit bigger and then move it. Okay, so for people who want to see something, get this and drag it on here, which is going to add it to the face because they all start in the face. So it's going to start from the face. I might leave it there. It's going to works. But let's just add it to the face somewhere interesting, and then we will back to the head. Just try and do this quickly. So let's offset it in the Y. That's nice. That works. That is nice actually. So yeah, let's see what the old multiply does for us. It's working. Tone it down a bit. I mean, you know, you really can go subtler. You could have something like this and just have washes of, you know, you could place that and then you let's duplicate that. Now, something I do sometimes, I upscale one above the other and then make it a lot softer. So you get like a wash on top of one on top of the other, like this can work. But I'm just going to, actually it does work. Let's just keep it like that. Let's actually change the blend type to overlay. Yes, that is nice. That's nice. You see, when I get something that starts to work like that, I might repeat that trick and go, oh, this works. And then I just duplicate this and blend one on top of the other and keep doing the same trick. So I'm going to duplicate that and I'm going to move it over to the side of the head, and then we're going to do a bit more on the body, and we should be good. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. Oh, that works. Wow. You see, it's like now I'm looking at this. This is the color palette for this. So I will go back in and I will start possibly changing some of these over to. Let's go to overlay, and I will increase the scale. I will decrease the opacity so we start to get this kind of look. Now that I like a lot. A lot. That works. And let's just tease that in. Yes. That's working well for us. Thanks, guys.